YouTube, the new Superheavy samurais are here, and they are top fun. They're fun. They're fun, okay, and they are actually pretty good. I would say they're very powerful, but it's kind of hard for them to, I feel like it's hard for them to have specific use. They're a weird, very weird deck because they're non-back row deck, and when you're a non-back row deck, it means you're gonna have to interact in a special way with the opponent, as you may not have as many interruptions and stuff, so you may have to rely on OTKs and stuff. But regardless, these are the cards that we got. We got Susan, ooh, which is amazing when it works, It's amazing when you're able to set it up and when the opponent has like books and treacherous and stuff in the graveyard, which means they already used it, which means, they might have interrupted your plays. So that's the thing, you're relying on the opponent for your plays, and for how good this deck is what the opponent is playing and how he's playing, But then once per turn, during your turn or their turn, you can just yoink a card from their graveyard, which is amazing, just yoink their book once per turn. That's amazing. But again, you're gonna have to have it on the field, and yeah, I don't know, and Scales again is amazing. Incredibly powerful card, as not only is it a follow-up card, it's a special follow-up, and then if you special summon the stuff, something like a Vagan or the Soul Peacemaker, Soul Piercer, you could get another plus, so that's amazing. I feel like this deck has a lot of power, but it's kind of hard to utilize it. It's kind of hard to, I feel like it's a rough diamond, it's very, very powerful, but it's very hard to make something out of that power. And I would also like to compare it to for an example, a dancer. Let's say other decks are other dancers, and then this is the another dancer. It just doesn't fit their style. For a good dance, the first dancer and the second dancer have to be synchronized. Well, this deck feels like a good dancer, let's say, but just not synchronized with the other dancers we have. The meta and the best decks. Hopefully that made sense. I think it's actually a good analogy, but let's stay on the topic. Yeah, I feel that the deck is much better with the Scales. It's able to do much better plays and to be much more fun. So yeah, it's a nice cog deck, free to play ish. So yeah, now let's hop into the deck list part. So this is the deck list that I went for in the end. I am only playing 2 Scales, as you can see, even though I have 3. So the deck is, free to play-ish still. It kinda is hard because you want to play 3 Vagan, which is an ultra rare of a main box. And then you want to play 1 Big Benkei, which is another ultra rare of a main box. Eccentric can be also expensive, but you don't have to play it. I think you want to play, you want to play your standard super heavy samurais, your standard super heavy samurais, and then yeah, I only have 2 peacemakers while I have 3 Vagans, which is wild. What you could do is you can remove 1 Vagan and you can play one more Soul Peacemaker, which would enable you the similar consistency, Then I'm playing 2 Kytroid because it's a nice hand trap to have. You don't want to play back row because of the skill. I am only playing 2 Trumpeteers. Why? First of all, it's searchable with Vagan, with Soul Piercer, with Soul Peacemaker, and then secondly, you can revive it, so you can reuse it. I was considering only playing 1, but I think 2 is pretty nice. I think I would play 3 Eccentric, and I would play 3 Anchor Drill if I had 3 of each. But yeah, I will explain right now why. Eccentric is the only way you deal with the back row, and if you're able to deal with at least one back row, the chances are it's gonna be very hard for them to disrupt you. You know, maybe not very hard, but it's gonna be much tougher. Okay. And then anchor drill. Why is it so good? Because with anchor drill and also prep defense is just a nice hand trap you can search. But yeah, why is prep defense? Why is anchor drill so good? It's with Wagon, so it's a two-card combo. Anchor drill plus Wagon or plus Soul Piercer or plus Soul Peacemaker gets you into the bitch, which basically locks their board, and that's amazing, as you will see now in the duel replays. This is our new boss monster we got with the deck now with the anchor drill, which is amazing, as you will see with the skill. I am playing 2 Susans. You don't really have to play 2, as I don't think I summoned 2, maybe I did sometimes. I did put some, regular rank 4 exceeds just in case, because we can now easily make them with scales, because that's a 1-card combo. Wagon searches for the Soul Peacemaker equips, summon with scales, revive Wagon, and then you have a a 1-card rank 4 exceed, which is actually pretty nice. The thing is, this deck kinda struggles with putting cards on the board. Like, once you make your synchros, once you fill the board with monsters, how do you, what do you do with the cards you draw, Whereas with the back row heavy decks, you use that back row and then you draw into another which you can set, that's the biggest issue. This deck doesn't build, it seems like it doesn't build the best amount of how would you say, advantage in the long run, in the long game. But yeah, that's the deck list. I think it's pretty nice. I think it's pretty fun. It's pretty nice that we don't have to rely on stall like with the Giga Gloves. So yeah, the deck is pretty fun, pretty nice. And now it is time to Gong Strong. Gong won't move. Let's go. I'm sorry, I'm kind of struggling with speaking. I did catch a cold a bit. So yeah. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing, because it does help a lot to keep making these videos and keep growing the channel. With limited time, now that I have an actual job. What the? But yeah. So here, unfortunately, yeah, this is also a thing. If you open multiple monsters, it can be an issue. Why? Because the deck kinda does rely on the normal summon. So let's see what we can do here, what we decide to do here. Maybe we decide to go for a rank 4 exceed. So we do decide to go with the scales, now with the Wagon, and rank 4 exceed with the Gear Gigant X. With Gear Gigant X we can search for the Kytroid, so we have protection. And yeah, let's see. Okay. So this is pretty standard for Odd Eyes, I guess. They do some stuff with the Sky Iris. So this is the thing with which is pretty nice with Odd Eyes. They can keep they can keep summoning themselves from the extra deck with their monsters, and they can still have a lot of space for the back row if in that variance. So let's see what we decide to do here. We go again with the Soul Peacemaker because we just drew into the Piercer. We can now synchro into the Ogre. So this is the thing, no one expects Ogre. And the thing is, Ogre is so good against back row. You just nuke the entire, Now that we have easy game. Like, Odd Eyes doesn't really have a way to get back from the, whole back row board. Damn, to MST as well. They're down to only 2 cards. So yeah, it's gonna be very tough for them, and he scoops. So yeah, I was gonna go for Big Benkei here, it seems, to destroy his monster, and next turn we can potentially OTK. But yeah, as you can see, the deck has a lot of power, you know? Like, we have a monster that can attack directly, which is nice, but I think it's suboptimal. It's not our boss monster anymore, now that we have Susan. And then Susan is an amazing boss monster because it can, you know, keep yoinking their back row. Then we have the Ogre, which is now very, you know, it fits us much more with Wagon and then Search for the Trumpeter. And then we can, with one card, make it, you know, which is pretty nice. And then we have also the Bish dude, which can, you know, clog their field, and then you can potentially OTK through their tokens and stuff, which is pretty nice. Yeah, now we have a completely new strategy. Heavy, strong strategy. New strategy.